All right, hello everybody. Hello, and welcome. How is everyone doing today? What's up? It's Saturday. It's the weekend, which means for many of you, time away from school or work. Some of us sadly still have to work. Luckily for me, my job is playing fun video games with you guys, so it ain't so bad, right? But if you do get stuck at work this weekend, I hear ya, because I used to be along with you. I used to work, fast food and retail. Both of which do not usually close during the weekend, so you end up, working more often than not, right? So, that being said, welcome. Today is Saturday, March 10th, 2018. I am Darkside Phil, and welcome to the beginning of my salty, saucy Saturday streaming. 4 S's. Salty, saucy Saturday streaming. What does that mean? Well, it means several things. The first thing it means is that I'm going to be playing multiplayer games all day long. Whenever I say salty, I mean technically I'll be playing something where I'm probably going to end up getting frustrated a little bit. And as you know, typically when I play multiplayer games, sometimes I have a ton of fun and sometimes I get frustrated. It all depends. In particular with Call of Duty, World War II, it's been a mix recently because I've been doing much better at the game than I ever previously did. Ever since I switched my weapon from the bar over to, the STG, I believe. I've been doing way better, and people were saying, see, Phil, if you had done this earlier, you probably would have had a lot more fun with the game because the STG is a better gun than the bar. So, shame on me, I guess, for not trying out weapons, even though I don't even know the difference between many of the guns in the game. So I've been doing good, beasting, being at the top of the leaderboards, MVP several times, always, top of my team, having a lot of fun with the game, learning the maps a lot better, that's for sure, than I had previously, okay? So I'll be playing Call of Duty World War II here on my first stream. Later tonight, I'll be playing PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the return of the game that really, when I play it, isn't so much about the game. It's more about me having a fun, interactive session with you guys, talking with you, having discussions while I run and loot and gather items for 20-so minutes until finally there's a showdown at the end of the match. That should be fun later tonight because I haven't played the game in a week and a half, and if you guys aren't aware, they patched it again in order to supposedly make it a better experience. I'm not exactly sure what was patched. I guess we're going to find out, okay? So that's later tonight. So fun, full day of multiplayer, okay? Multiplayer, pretty much constantly. So it should be great. FYI, just so you guys know, tomorrow, guys, if you saw the premiere of Bully yesterday and you're wondering, gee, I wonder when Bully's coming back, tomorrow's main gameplay stream will be Bully, all right? Just so you know. So people don't be disappointed. No, there's no Bully today, but Bully Scholarship Edition will continue tomorrow's main stream, all right? Okay, so that's today. So that's why it's Salty Saturday, okay? Because I'm playing multiplayer all day. Why is it Saucy Saturday? Well, it's because for the first time in over 5 months, it was actually early October, the last time when I made a pot of my homemade Italian sauce. It is my family recipe that's been passed down at least from my grandmother to my mother and now to me. And I love making this because, number one, it's absolutely delicious. Okay, it's mouth-watering, tastes much better than any store-bought sauce that I've bought. Number two, because it ends up providing for many meals. I end up usually getting around 6 containers of sauce out of it when I make it. So not only will I be eating today, I'll have 6 other meals in the future, all delicious sauce. And think of all the things you can make with sauce, right? You can make pasta, you can make grinders with sausage or meatballs or whatever. Really good. And the other cool thing about it is that, guess what? It makes the whole house smell amazing all day long. Today, my entire house will smell like delicious pasta sauce. You'll smell roasted garlic and delicious simmering onions. Freshly handmade meatballs. All these things that I just made this morning, all being made in my kitchen right now, slow simmering, okay? So that's the good news. The bad news is that sadly, this means every about half an hour or so, I have to take a short break. Not that it's a huge deal, Because what I do is I go downstairs, I stir the sauce, I make sure everything's good, make sure the meatballs didn't stick to the pot, because that creates burning. And then every other time that I do this, I usually add additional seasonings. You know, all kinds of things. I add garlic salt, onion salt, basil, oregano, every once in a while a little bit of pepper or sugar, some stuff like that. You know, some tasting, seasoning over the course of the day. The sauce has to simmer for 5 hours. So far, it's been simmering for 30 minutes. So it's got another 4.5 hours that it needs to simmer before it's ready for me to serve for dinner tonight. So that means it's perfect because I have time to play Call of Duty. But as I just mentioned, I will have to take frequent breaks about every 20 to 30 minutes. Now, the good news here is because I'm playing Call of Duty, guess what? It will not really interfere with the stream that much because, as you know, Call of Duty matches, you know, typically last, 10 minutes each for like a team deathmatch or a kill confirmed. You know, war lasts a little longer. I'd say war can last anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how long the match actually goes and how close the match is, okay? So I'll be keeping my eye on the clock today, and between, you know, every, like I said, 2-3 matches probably, head downstairs and stir and season the sauce until it's done, okay? So that's why it's both a salty and a saucy Saturday. Pretty cool. I'm excited. I haven't had the sauce in so long. I really am dying for it. Because I've been having store-made shitty sauce, and it's like, every time you taste it, you're like, ugh. It literally tastes like you're eating a can of tomato paste most of the time when you're eating store-made sauce. It really is. It's seriously just not the same as, you know, hand-grinding Italian tomatoes and seasoning yourself. You know, it's very different. So, all right, so that's the deal for today, folks. Multiplayer all day long. I'll be taking breaks during the Call of Duty stream in order to stir and season the sauce. That's the deal, okay? Few things I have to talk about here on pre-stream before we get started. First of all, congratulations are in order for both Mr. Swaggins and Infinite55, who have been temporarily promoted as trial moderators here in the stream chat. So we should all have a nice round of applause for them. Let's see if I can find the right thing here. I actually don't think that's the one I wanted. What's this one? That's not it. Hold on. Maybe this one? No. Is it this one? That was the one I wanted all along. So, congratulations to Infinite and Mr. Swaggins for becoming trial mods. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that we're going to have a few other people who are going to be helping to moderate. In particular, they're being brought on because my earlier streams, my first streams of the day, seem to not have as many moderators. You know, recently Popsicolo, Kekken, they've been really busy with school and work and stuff like that. And really it's been Bitha. Bitha has been trying to moderate by himself for a while, and it's not fair. It's just not fair that one person should have all that responsibility on their shoulders. And also, he can't be here full-time either, so we're bringing on a few other people, some regular faces. Now, they are trial mods, and, you know, it's their job to see if they can make the chat a friendly place for everyone. I will take this opportunity. Everyone should do this right now, okay? If you're on the stream, take a look at the stream rules. They are listed publicly below the stream on my Twitch channel page. You should read them, because many people, I get the feeling, just never read them and don't even understand, you know, oh, I got kicked from the chat, what happened, you know? Give them a look. It's a good idea. And, you know, these guys, Infinite and Swaggins, will be here to try to help out with the moderation on the earlier streams. In particular, recently, we've had a lot of bots coming in and spamming. We've also had some silly raids. And it's one thing if you have a raid where people come in and they're just, you know, doing silly stuff. It's another time if they're coming in and spamming the stream chat for 25 minutes with crap that no one knows what they're talking about. So that's why we have new moderators to try to curtail some of that, all right? But again, as I said, it is a trial basis. If they do a good job, then maybe I will consider, you know, bringing them on as permanent moderators here. Especially because, folks, if you're not aware, new games are right around the corner. We've got new games coming out as early as this coming Friday with Burnout Paradise's remaster. Then we've got Sea of Thieves, the South Park Fractured But Whole expansion, Ni no Kuni 2, Far Cry 5, and the final Batman episode are all coming up in the next 2 weeks between now and the end of the month. So with all that new stuff going on, we definitely are going to need people to help out with the moderation because, you know, we're going to have an influx of viewers for the new games that we haven't had recently. And There you go. So, congratulations to both of them. Thank you guys for volunteering. And let's see how it goes. Sounds good. A golf clap for them. Golf clap. Okay. All right, what else? Let's see. I'm trying to think if anything new has popped up that I want to talk about before we get into the usual stuff. I do have to stir the sauce in about 15 more minutes. So I can't have a super long pre-stream today. I think that's pretty much it, folks. I don't have too much else in the realm of new stuff to talk about. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so thanks, everyone. Hopefully you guys have a fun day. If you guys haven't noticed, look above on the stream at the top of the screen. We will have a running sub counter. We will also have top cheer and top tip counter all day today. So, good opportunity for you to get recognition if you either cheer, sub, or tip. Obviously, your sub will contribute to the running total. We are pushing towards getting, 500 subs this month. I'll talk about that in just a moment. All right, so what do we want to talk about here before we get started? I guess, you know what? Let's just go right into the plugs. Let's go right into the quick plug segment. Then I will start giving people shout outs. Because basically, like I said, I want to finish this pre-stream in about 15 minutes. Because I need to go season and stir the sauce. And then we'll jump into gameplay. Sound good? Okay, so folks. Thank you guys very much for your support on my streams. Thank you for watching. Thank you for attending. I appreciate the fact that you guys have brought a new positivity to my streaming in the last year. A positivity that I have not seen, or been associated with in quite some time. It feels really good to see that my streams are growing. Attendance is going up on a regular basis. We're building a new follower base, a subscriber base, and people really enjoy what I do. I love it. I love the fact that I come to work every day positive and happy. It's a very different feeling than a couple of years there where I was feeling really negative about stuff. It's a really refreshing feeling. So thank you guys for that. But if you would like to go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer or a viewer of my videos on YouTube, because I know some people do watch this pre-stream on YouTube, and you want to help out in other ways, there's many ways you can contribute. All right, the first is Patreon. Check it out at patreon.com/darksidephil. I have a monthly Patreon drive, and your pledges to my Patreon directly aid me in allowing me to continue to do this as a full-time job. Without Patreon, real talk, I wouldn't be able to afford a lot of the stuff that I do. Like, for example, just 2 days ago, I ran out of storage space for my videos. And I said, man, I need a new backup hard drive. And I had to run to Amazon and buy one quick. And I did, but it cost $100. 4 terabyte external hard drive, $100. It's Patreon funds that allow me to have that flexibility and be able to upgrade my equipment and be able to do all these adjustments on the fly and things I need to do. And, I had a monitor that died on me about a month ago, and I had to buy a replacement monitor right away, okay? So this stuff happens. It is, when you have a business like mine, this is the kind of stuff that you got to deal with. It happens, pops up. But Patreon funds allow me to, do that kind of stuff, all right? So thank you very much for those who pledge to my Patreon. Now, the cool thing about pledging to my Patreon, folks, is that it's not just about, I pledged to Phil or whatever. You get stuff back for it. You earn personal perks. If you guys aren't aware, your pledges to my Patreon earn you, different perk levels. For example, you could get things such as text or verbal thank yous in my videos. You can get, premium forum access that will allow you to nominate and vote on games for events. You can even do things such as get a private Q&A video made where I will answer your questions. Okay? So, it's pretty cool. Pledging to my Patreon, I appreciate all those who do pledge. Give it a look. Patreon.com/darksidephil. Okay? By the way, folks, I am noticing I'm currently having fluctuations in my internet. I don't know why. I'm giving it a look right now. And I am not under attack or anything. It's not like it's a DDoS attack. It just looks like my internet is being a little finicky right now. So the stream may be choppy for you, and you may be having to refresh to get it to work again, and I apologize for that. What I'm hoping is that during the course of the rest of this pre-stream that it will actually settle down. I don't know what's going on. I'm seeing spikes and dips, and it wasn't doing that like 2 minutes ago, but it's doing it consistent spikes and dips. Which means, by the way, it's not a DDoS attack. If I were being DDoS attacked, what happens is the whole connection completely freaks out and drops out because my modem basically gets overloaded. And that's not what I'm seeing here. So this just looks like there may be some problems in the line or whatever. So it is what it is. Let's hopefully it'll settle by the time I actually start with gameplay. Okay. So anyway, Patreon, check it out. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. That's number one. Number two, Teespring, where you can check out custom-made t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs with all kinds of artwork and logos designed by my viewers and fans. Give it a look over at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Anything you buy from my Teespring store, I get a pretty significant commission from. All right. And if you do get something that you like, all right, please send me a picture on my social media at TheyCallMeDSP on Twitter. I'd be more than happy to share that with my 25,000 Twitter followers. But the cool thing is we have a new line of product, including a spoof on Red Dead Redemption, a spoof on the Sonic logo, and a new Zombie Hunter design. All pretty cool. Give them a look. And, again, it helps me out. Thanks to anyone who does buy anything from my Teespring store. I do appreciate that. Okay? Last but not least, folks. Last but not least. If you're here live on stream and you're watching the stream today and you're having fun and you're enjoying the stream and you want to, get a shout out on the stream, you either cheer with bits, you can subscribe to the channel, or you can tip me. And if you do any of those things, you will get a verbal shout out during the course of the stream. Okay. I'll do my best. It is Call of Duty. It is a very action-based game. Obviously, I can't just stop doing what I'm doing if I'm in the middle of a competitive match to start giving shout-outs. But if there's dead time between the matches, which there always is, by the way. There's always matchmaking and dead time between the matches. Or if there is, for example, I die and I have the chance to read a shout-out or whatever, I will do so. Okay? So I'll do my best to fit in the shout-outs. FYI, they are subjective at my discretion. Meaning, for example, that if people are cheering with troll cheers that are insulting or things that are giant paragraphs of information that are going to derail the stream, no, I am not going to be reading those, all right? But please, most people who do cheer, sub, or tip actually have some pretty fun messages, some pretty pertinent things, and they try to keep it very concise. I'm very appreciative of you guys, so thank you very much, and I look forward to a fun interactive stream today. Now, if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click on the share button, or if you tip me $5 or more, you're going to see a fun on-screen pop-up notification come up. These are all designed by Popsicolo, longtime fan, viewer, and moderator here on the stream chat. So shout out to him for creating these for us. And it's cool because you'll get both visual and verbal recognition for your contributions. Now, in addition, as I already mentioned earlier today, if you look at the top of the stream here, we've got a top cheer and a top tip. So you'll also get on-screen recognition if you are the top cheerer or the top tipper for the day. In fact, incidentally, all right, Infinite just did a couple of cheers, and he actually just became the top cheerer for today. So I'm going to, on the fly, update this. I completely screwed that up. And give him credit for being the top cheerer so far for today. So thank you, Infinite, for that. I appreciate it. Okay, very nice. So yeah, a good opportunity, especially today, for you to get noticed on stream. All right, sound good? Now, a few things I'd like to talk about. Number one, this month, folks, we're doing a drive of subs. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. As you can see, that's why we've got a current subs counter on the top of the screen. All right. And right now we're at 428. I don't know if that's gone up or down during the pre-stream. I haven't checked yet. But we're close. I think by the end of this month, in particular, the fact that there's so many new games coming out in the next week, or next 2 weeks, excuse me, I'm fairly sure that we're going to be able to get a lot of new subs in that normally wouldn't have been around. All right. If we hit 500 subs, I'm bringing back the Patron's Choice playthrough, which means patrons will be able to nominate and vote on games for a downtime playthrough. It'll be pretty sweet. Previous playthroughs have included games such as Persona, Yakuza, Super Mario Sunshine, and Spyro the Dragon. So some pretty awesome playthroughs that have resulted as a result of Patron's Choice. So please, if you'd like to see that happen, please subscribe to the channel this month. All right, we also have a stretch goal of 550 subs. I'll do a Rage-a-thon, a marathon of games that I play that are basically going to make me very angry. Okay? So yeah, that's one thing we've got going on right now, all right? Number 2, folks, right now, I'm looking for your feedback in regards to my website, thekingofhate.com. Right now, it's being in the process of being redesigned, okay? And what we're looking for is positive feedback of what you got, what kind of functionality you guys would like to see. Things in the works right now. The playlist search is coming back. So, for example, you'll be able to search for all of my playthroughs that I've ever done in the 10 years that I've played games for the internet. You'll be able to type in any game name, and it'll bring up a listing of the playlists on YouTube of games that I've played that are similar to what you typed in. Now, what we're looking to do is add new functionalities. For example, you could search for, I want to see Phil play a third-person shooter, and you could just type that in, third-person shooter, and boom, it'll show you playthroughs that are categorized by that. How cool would that be, right? Then instead of using YouTube's terrible search criteria, that my website would be a custom search that allows you to access 10 years of content and find all of my playthroughs of certain, genres. That'd be pretty amazing, right? And that's being worked on right now. In addition, some work is being done on the patrons. For example, if you pledge to my Patreon right now, it's a manual process by which once a month I get you guys all upgraded. What we're looking to do is have it be an automated process where once you pledge, it'll send data to the website, and the website will automatically contact you via, say, email or whatever, and say, here's what we need from you to get you your perks or whatever. So this is all in the works, all right? What we'd like is more feedback from you guys. What would you guys like to see on the website? And also, any kind of ideas you guys have for logos or whatever for thekingofhate.com. Logos, ideas, pictures, mascot. I don't know what you guys would like to see. But we're trying to rebrand the website and make it fresh and new for 2018, considering this year is a very positive, different kind of year than it's been previously. We want to just kind of get a good new, fresh start, and this would be a great way to do it. So please send me your ideas. You can email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com, or you can post up on the forums at thekingofhate.com right now, and start sharing your thoughts publicly with other people. Let's see what people can brainstorm, okay? All right, last but not least, folks, I need your help right now. Just real talk. Coming up in April, I have 3 large tax payments due. 2 of them are tax payments that are normal federal tax payments, but one is inflated because last year I revealed that I have this big third tax issue going on. State taxes that I never knew I owed because of an accountant that screwed me over, who I paid thousands of dollars to do my taxes properly, and he didn't for 3.5 years. And so now I owe thousands and thousands of dollars in back taxes, fees, and interest. All these tax payments are coming due in April, and I have some money for it, but not all the money I know I'm going to need. So right now, if you really want to help me with this situation, you want to see me continue to be able to do this full time, you want me to be able to keep my house, which is a major concern for me this year. I may have to sell and move from my house if I can't find a way to handle these taxes by the end of this year. There's 2 ways you can help. Number 1, pledge to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. Or if you're here live on the stream, the best way you can contribute is tipping me. How do you tip? Well, look below the stream. If you're watching on a desktop computer, you'll see the grid of information, like links to websites, links to the rules of the stream and all of that. There's a section there for tips, and if you click on it, it'll take you to my tips page, okay, where you can leave a tip, either anonymously or with a message. Or if you're in the stream chat on a mobile device, if you type in !tip, it'll bring up the tips command, boom, you'll get a link, and that'll take you to the tips page as well. The reason the tips are very important for me right now, I get that money right away. So any tips that you guys contribute between now and the whole month of April, when I'm going to have these 3 tax payments due, anything you tip goes straight to that and basically allows me to keep doing what I'm doing, to keep my house. I'm really concerned and nervous about this, because if I don't get paid all these taxes in April, now we got more fees, more interest, and it's just going to keep accruing and getting worse and worse. And if by the end of the year my taxes aren't paid off, like I said, I may have to sell my house and use the equity in my house to pay off these back taxes, which would suck because it's not my fault. It's the fault of a scumbag from Connecticut who didn't do his fucking job, who I paid thousands of dollars over the years. He was negligent, but, I guess that's life. You get screwed over by people you trust. I mean, it's only happened to me 4 million times, so I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again. So, if you would absolutely like to help out with the situation, either tip me during the streams or pledge to my Patreon in the month of March, okay? Those are the 2 ways you can really help me, all right? All right, let's do some shout-outs. First of all, to those who cheered overnight which I have to refresh because I didn't refresh on my Muxie because I'm an idiot. Hold on a second. I had to click the refresh button. There are people who cheer, sub, and tip overnight, every night. They keep me in mind when I'm not even here, which is pretty damned awesome. So they deserve props. Tonight we've got Infinite, who did a 100-bit cheer overnight. Thank you, Infinite. And then he did another 50-bit cheer overnight. Thank you, sir. Cody Carls did a 25-bit cheer and said, if Bully 2 becomes a thing, do you think it should be set in a college or university setting? That could be interesting, but I think that would be a more adult take. I think that a lot of the attraction and the charm of Bully is that it's set in a school area. And what I mean by that is there's no killing. It's not like Grand Theft Auto. We're slaughtering people, right? There's no mass killing or anything like that. It's kind of all, even though people get beat up and hurt, nothing serious. No one's dying. There's no drug deals. You know what I mean? If Bully were to move into a college setting and now you got more serious stuff going on, I think it would be a different kind of game. And I don't know if that's what they're going for. Maybe it should just be another game set at a school with a different cast. I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, definitely a university setting would be interesting, but I think it may lose some of its charm if you go more into adult-oriented matters. Like, imagine if there's hazing and someone dies during the hazing. That wouldn't be cool. That would be very different, right? Than what I think Grand Theft Auto's been, or what Bully is about. So, I don't know, man. All right. Shout out to Mr. Swaggins, who did a 100-bit cheer, and he says, yes, Phil, I still want to mod for you. I'll do great. Well, guess what? You have become a trial mod today, Mr. Swaggins, so congratulations. Mr. Swaggins also did another 50-bit cheer and said, how is Earl doing? Is he keeping your garage clean of any other bugs? Well, if you guys don't know, Earl is a giant black spider that lived in the corner. Oh, hold on. Yeah, we have a giant black spider that lived in the corner of my garage. And in that regard, I don't know. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him recently. So I don't know if he's still there or whatever. I'm sure his progeny are around. All right. Then we had Getf, who did a 45-bit cheer, and he said, hey, Phil, good luck today. We need to keep toilet paper money for next week. Ass has developed a few problems. Har, har, har. I Love Tits did a 25-bit cheer and said, did you ever find what mod was unbanning people? Oh, I know. Listen, I know who's doing what. I do. I know who's doing what and who's responsible for what because I log everything. I see it all. All right? So I'm fully aware of what's going on. There's no one who's going under the radar or going undetected. Trust me. Dank Whistler cheered and said, did you see my new email that I passed? Dank Whistler also had applied to be a moderator. At this time, Dank Whistler, I would like to pass because I did choose Mr. Swaggins and Infinite as our trial mods. However, in the future, I will keep you under consideration. And, you know, if these guys don't work out, you're basically next in line to see, you know, to see how it goes. All right. There you go. Dank Whistler also did a joke cheer. He said, I'm currently in work, hiding in the bathroom, watching your stream. Infinite 55 did a 100-bit cheer. He said, shout out to Icarus Light. And then he did another 100-bit cheer and said, also to the new face of creation. So shout out to both of those guys. AES cheered. He said, between gameplay, graphics, story, and sound, what is the most important part of a game? There is none. It's an interesting combination. It is. It has to be a combination. You have to have the perfect combination. Because if it's a game with great graphics, but the gameplay sucks, like The Order, right? Then the game's terrible. If the game is amazing gameplay, but everything else is a subpar, like it's a buggy, glitchy mess that looks like shit, again, you know, you have to have a right combination. Now, there are some games that will be heavy on one or the other, but I don't think there's a particular, oh, this is the right way, or this is the best. You know what I mean? Infinite did another 100-bit cheer. He said, shout out to Sir Noble. Then Mr. Swaggins cheered 100 bits. Said, shout out to Infinite for shouting out people. YOLO Dapper cheered. He says, you shouldn't blame your tax attorney, rather the troll that tipped off the state, because you're not really a business. Your income is ad revenue based, which really isn't a classifiable income. Wrong. That's the problem, YOLO Dapper, is in this state of Washington, all right, my income is classifiable as under a business. And per the state regulations, when I moved here, I should have registered as a business and been paying business taxes the whole time. This is the problem, YOLO Dapper, is that my previous tax attorney did not do any research or due diligence into this. He just assumed, okay, told me, oh, don't worry, I know I could keep doing your taxes. I know enough to do them. But then he didn't do the research, and I got screwed. You know, 3.5 years, I should have been paying these taxes and been registered as a business, and I wasn't. That's the problem, YOLO Dapper. In Connecticut, where I came from, apparently the regulations say I never needed to do that, okay? But now, here in this state, it's different. Because here's what you got to realize, YOLO Dopper. In Connecticut, I was paying state income tax. So the state of Connecticut was making tax money off of me no matter what. Here, there is no state income tax in the state of Washington. So that's why they have these business taxes, so they can at least make some kind of tax income. By the way, it's nowhere near what I was paying in Connecticut, but it's still significant. And that's the problem. The guy didn't do his due diligence, and he screwed me over. So it is the attorney's got problem. It's not my fault. It's not the troll's fault. The troll, all he did was tip off the state. The bottom line is I would have kept not paying these taxes infinitely until finally someone found out. So imagine if 10, 15 years down the line, I'm now told, oh, you should have been paying these taxes. And by the way, it's like $40,000, to which I'd be like, well, I guess I'm done. I'm never going to raise that much money, So in a kind of a way, is it a good thing that it happened before it accumulated into an insane amount of money? Yes. At the same time, it shouldn't have happened at all. The tax attorney should have done his job, and that's why I'm in the situation I'm in. Shout out to Infinite, who did another 100-bit cheer. He said, shout out to Mr. Swaggins for shouting me out. And then Mr. Swaggins did a 150-bit cheer, which he became the cheerleader temporarily, and he said, shout out to Infinite for shouting me out. And then Infinite did a 200-bit cheer and said, shout out to Mr. Swaggins for shouting me out twice. So Infinite retains the top cheer spot. 200 bits. I'll go ahead and update that. And Pack of Wild Chimps cheered and said, shout out to KFC, Cat, and Phil Sauce. There you go. All right, everyone. So I'm now going to head downstairs. I'm going to stir and season the sauce. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to start with Call of Duty gameplay. Sound good? So give me about 5 minutes here to head down, stir, season, and then I'll be back and we will begin. Thank you, everyone, for your contributions already. And let us begin in just a moment. Thanks. Be right back.